Welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving into something absolutely crucial for modern software: API gateways and backend-for-front-end architecture. Look, if you've ever dealt with a sprawling, chaotic microservice ecosystem, you already know exactly how fast client-to-server communication can just devolve into a complete and utter tangled mess. Today, we're going to look at exactly how to fix that.
So, you might be wondering, why don't apps just talk directly to backend databases or services anymore? I mean, back in the monolithic days, a front end talking directly to a single backend worked completely fine. But today's platforms, they're sprawling ecosystems. We're talking mobile apps, partner portals, internal tools, the whole shebang. Letting all these clients talk directly to your backend services is basically a recipe for instant chaos.
Here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll start by looking at that modern architecture mess, then we'll introduce the API gateway, explore backend for front-end design, compare the two, and finally, tie it all together with a real-world application.
All right, let's jump straight into part one, the modern architecture mess. Picture this. You have a platform with separate user, payment, course, notification, and reporting services. If a mobile app needs to load just one single dashboard, a direct connection means it has to fire off separate requests to every single one of those internal backends. It's a nightmare. You're creating incredibly tight coupling, you're exposing your internal microservices publicly, and honestly, you're forcing mobile clients to make these super expensive, battery-draining network hops just to piece together one simple view.
So how do we solve this? That brings us to part two. Enter the API gateway.
Instead of your clients frantically calling 50 different backend services, they just hit this single, heavily guarded front door. Think of the API gateway as the ultimate traffic director. It knows exactly where your internal services actually live. A profile request? It routes that straight to the user service. A transaction? It routes it securely over to payments. The client is completely, totally unaware of how your internal microservices are actually mapped out.
The really crucial takeaway here is that the gateway handles cross-cutting infrastructure tasks. It's doing the heavy lifting. It's not just routing traffic, it's enforcing the rules of the building. It handles authentication, checking if a user actually has a valid token before they ever get near your backend. It handles rate limiting, enforcing speed limits, like capping someone at 100 requests per minute so they don't crash your system. By doing all this at the front door, your internal domain services get to just focus on doing their actual jobs.
Now, I can almost hear you asking, wait, isn't that literally just a load balancer? Well, actually, no. A load balancer is basically just asking which internal server is free right now. But an API gateway operates at the application level. It's asking much deeper questions, like, who exactly is this user? Are they properly authenticated? Have they hit their rate limit? Load balancers distribute infrastructure. API gateways control your API logic.
Okay, let's move on to part three, backend for front-end design, or BFF for short. The gateway let you in the building, but now you need an experience tailored just for you. Think of the BFF as a custom tailor. Modern platforms serve wildly different clients, right? A mobile app running on a spotty 4G connection needs a vastly different data shape than an admin dashboard running on a corporate gigabit connection. A BFF creates a custom backend API layer designed exclusively for one specific front end. It gives a mobile app a lightweight, streamlined fit and gives the admin panel a heavy, data-rich suit.
This is exactly why one generic one-size-fits-all API completely fails. A mobile learner dashboard just needs the current lesson, a simple progress percentage, and maybe a couple of unread notifications. But that admin dashboard? It needs deep operational controls, tenant metrics, and massive, massive lists of users. Trying to serve both of these with one endpoint causes either massive overfetching for the phone or severe underfetching for the admin, where they have to make 5 separate API calls just to do their job. The BFF solves this by giving everyone the exact right payload. And another absolute superpower of the BFF is request transformation. To keep mobile apps lightning fast, a user might just tap a button that sends a tiny, tiny payload, say, just completed equals true for a specific lesson. The BFF intercepts that. Acting as this intelligent middleman, it enriches the request, attaching the user's ID, the tenant ID, and the exact server timestamp before securely passing that perfectly formatted request deep into the internal progress service.
This leads us right into part four, where we pit these concepts head-to-head to clear up any confusion. Gateway versus BFF.
Because these terms get thrown around a lot, let's separate them out. The API gateway is the strict traffic cop for the whole system.
It cares entirely about infrastructure, authentication, rate limits, safely routing traffic into the network. The BFF, on the other hand, is your bespoke concierge. It cares about applications. It fetches data from multiple microservices, aggregates it, shapes it into the perfect format, and hands it precisely to the specific mobile or web screen that asked for it.
All right, let's bring it all home. Part 5, the real-world application.
Let's walk through this. Picture a learner opening their mobile app while sitting on a train. Step 1, the request instantly hits the API gateway, which checks their security token and makes sure they aren't spamming the network. Step 2, the gateway sees it's a mobile request, so it routes it right to the specialized mobile BFF. Step 3, the BFF rapidly goes out and gathers data from 3 totally separate internal microservices: course, progress, and notifications. Step 4, it stitches all that raw data together into one perfect, fast-loading, compact screen and shoots it back to the phone. The user just sees their app load instantly, completely oblivious to the crazy orchestration that just happened.
Now, even with this brilliant architecture, you've got to watch out for some common mistakes. The absolute most dangerous one, dumping your domain business logic straight into the API gateway. Look, the gateway is a bouncer. It protects and routes. It shouldn't be deciding if a learner passed a math test. Other huge risks include relying only on front-end authorization, always double-check at the back end, folks, trying to force one bloated API on all your clients, forgetting to set rate limits, and misconfiguring global caches so you accidentally leak private user data.
It really is mind-blowing when you think about the massive, invisible choreography of gateways, tailors, and microservices running flawlessly just beneath your fingertips. So, the next time you tap an app and it loads instantly, ask yourself, how many hidden gateways and bespoke tailors did your single tap just pass through? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you next time.